Well, nice to see everybody today. So this class goes from 12 to 12:45, a little shorter today. So I've just been thinking what I've been needing, like starting the week, is just the sense of feeling of being grounded. And it's interesting thinking of being grounded. Like I always used to think of being grounded meaning like steady at home. But I'm realizing being at home all the time is not necessarily grounding. So being grounded is a physical experience, which we'll work on today, which is from the base of the hips basically down to the feet. That's like grounding energy. But also it's mental grounding and emotional grounding, like being steady in yourself and your mind and steady in your feelings in your heart. So we'll think about that as well today. So let's just get comfortable and close your eyes. And we'll start with the feeling of physical grounding. So as I said, from the hips down, feeling a connection. So that includes like the legs. So work on the legs a little bit, down to the feet. A feeling of being here physically, being where you are, which, yeah, maybe we all have a little too much of that at this point. So it's interesting to think of grounding not just in a physical realm. But do find yourself here, like it's nice in yoga to find yourself in your body, like, okay, find steadiness in my body and be with where your body is. And then mental grounding, I've been thinking of this idea of having a target to focus on. There's so many options, you know, and just like zeroing in on one target and being really clear about it. And that's a nice thing to think about at the beginning of a week. Like, all right, for this week, what would be a good target to kind of keep myself centered? And as an example, we have a neighbor who was saying yesterday, he's a cook, but he was saying he's going to bake one loaf of bread a day, you know. And we hadn't talked about this idea of a target, but that's his target. That's like his way of being like, this is my goal and focus. So maybe come up with something like that. Like, what would you like to do for the week? What would be a good focus just in general? Could be taking a walk or reading a book or doing yoga every day, whatever, just to kind of keep you centered, focused in your mind. Let's breathe in, and then we'll bring our palms together at our heart center. And we'll chant together the sound of Om just one time. Take a full exhale. And a deep, sweet inhale. Okay, good. And then release your hands, open your eyes, and just stand. Just have to move back a little bit. So stand at the front of your mat. Yeah. And stand with your feet a little bit wider than hips distance apart. Have your hands on your hips. We're just going to do this grounding thing that can feel pretty good physically. So bend your knees and then push down like you're trying to push your feet to the floor. And then push with the legs and straighten the legs. So it's like this kind of pumping action, but it really does do this thing of like help you feel like present in yourself. So really think of this grounding as present in your body, with your mind, with your heart. So and it's really intentional, this movement. So you're really pushing down like you're going to push your feet to the floor and then coming back up. You're pushing your feet to the floor. Like your feet are getting lower than the mat. It's kind of cool. Yeah. And then the next time the hands are, when your legs are straight, just bring your arms along the sides. And we'll do a few movement with the breath. So as you inhale, raise the hands up. And then exhale the hands to the sides. Just keep going at your own pace. something that's super helpful in terms of like finding, myself is remembering I'm breathing. So that's very grounding. So just realize you're breathing, and then to really connect to that, having movement with the breath is really nice. So raising the hands up, reaching tall, and then lowering the hands along the sides. Just moving at your own pace, wherever you're at, is great. Connecting to this focus, being present with yourself here. Okay, so next time the hands are high, just keep the hands up. Shoulders stay down the back, and fold forward all the way down to a forward fold. And really rock forward and back a little bit, side to side, and getting really into your feet. So grounding, your feet are definitely part of being present in your body. So just feel that sense of, all right, I'm here, starting the week off right, doing some yoga, getting clarity in my mind about what I want the week to be. Then letting the upper body fold a little deeper. So from this place of grounding, just letting the body go, let the neck go, feel the torso just stretch a little longer, and then walk yourself back to downward dog. So hips high, bending in the knees, just pedal one leg, then the other. And bend both knees, reach the hips up and back. And notice here on the hands, so just think about the hands and feet here in terms of grounding. You want to be really grounding down into the base of the thumb, index finger, little finger, and right across from the base of the thumb. So all those points. And then with the legs, just have the heels reaching back so they're not angling in or out. And really feeling this grounding under the base of the toes. Not really under the toes themselves, but more the base of the toes, so you can keep your toes relaxed. Okay, then come forward to plank, top of a push-up. Elbows in, lower yourself down. Point your toes, ground down the tops of the feet right above the knees, and lift the chest. Elbows in, let the head be really long. And breathe here. And just think of like I like the idea of a group intention. So think of our group intention today of just feeling a little bit more on top of it, a little bit more focused by the end of class than at the beginning of class. More grounded in the body, the mind, the heart. Okay, so lower down, curl the toes, up to the top of the push-up, and back to downward dog. So reach the hips away, and coming back to being steady here in downward dog. Broad through the shoulders. Oh, that's great. And walk your feet forward. Come into forward fold. Cool, hands on the hips. And think about that really rooting down to the feet thing. So bend the knees, push down to the feet, bring the upper body up, and then straighten the legs. Cool. Raise the hands up. And really root it down in the feet as you bring the hips back and down. Think about here that you're trying to get the feet a little bit more like buried beneath the mat. And arms along the sides of the head. Little fingers in, thumbs away. Straight through the elbows. Breathe. And you can even move the hips back more and root down into the heels a little bit more. You're really burying yourself here. And feel that same sense of like steadiness in the mind and the heart today. Trying to get that same feeling. And then straighten the legs, come up, awesome. Pull forward all the way down. Walking back to downward dog. And then from downward dog, we're going to lower down into table. So let's think about the hands and the knees, the feet a little bit. So here, have the wrists a little bit in front of the shoulders. root down into the base of the thumb, base of the index finger, little finger, and across from the base of the thumb. So keep all that good. Then extend your right leg straight back and reach your head forward. So even with a little less on the ground, can you still feel grounded and steady, stable in the body? Thinking about this target idea, like being clear about what you want to do or think about in order to be stable in the mind and in the heart this week. And then extend your left hand forward. So fingers reaching forward, foot back, strong belly. Good breathing, everyone. That same feeling of, and you still have the same feeling of stability, even though one hand and one leg are down. All right, and then lower the hand, lower the leg. Cool. Let's do the other side. So extend the left leg up and back. Leveling your hips. Find stability in what's left on the mat. And then right hand forward. Really pushing back through the foot, reaching forward through the fingers. Feeling steady and strong, long neck. Just enjoying your breath here. The breath is always good to go to in terms of like finding stability physically, mentally, emotionally. Very helpful. All right, and then lower the hand. And the knee, cool. All right, so go ahead and bring your right leg all the way forward so it's straight. Hands either side of your right leg, and if the mat's too far away, putting your hands up on blocks or books, great. Then reach out and fold, really feel the heel get heavy into the mat. Happy in your toes, long through the neck. Being clear, just creating clarity in the mind. That's your direction for the week. Even if it's like what I was saying, my friend, with just baking a loaf of bread to something to kind of, oh, this week I'll accomplish this. Or I'll not do this to help me stay on track. Alrighty, and then we got to do the other leg. So left leg comes forward. Hips over the right knee, and then we'll fold forward. So again, if the mat goes too far away, then put your hands up on something. Also, you can pat the back knee if there's any sort of discomfort in the back. So long through the neck, heavy in the left heel. Enjoy your breath here. Find yourself here in your practice today. All right, and then come back to table. Bring your right leg back forward, hands on the right thigh, and then come up to standing. From here, take your right foot back and have the hips facing forward. So this is warrior one. So right foot back, and there's still space side to side between your feet side to side. And we're going to lunge into the left knee, come up into warrior one. So the arms are extended up, okay? So arms along the side, hips facing forward. Right hip back, left hip, right hip forward, left hip back. And steadying your feet. Open to your elbows, long through your neck. And just breathe. So every breath, it's so nice to just feel this feeling the heart, more grounded, more here, more present. Open through the sides of the ribs, the elbows, deep into your front knee. Nice breathing, everybody. Warrior one. Okay, so hands to the hips, and then we'll just switch sides. So go the other leg, left leg back, turn the toes out, hips forward, lunge into your right knee. Keep your outer left hip rooted, foot rooted down, whatever that back thing is, and then raise your right hands up. So from the hips down to the feet, you can think like from the base of the pelvis really all the way down to the feet. There's like, all right, I'm finding myself here physically. Then the same mentally and emotionally. I'm here, I'm in myself, focused, present. Great way to start our Monday together today. Arms along the sides, up into the elbows. Yeah, all right, so hands to the hips, back foot forward. And after that, a little bit of movement in the hips can feel good. So just like moving the hips around in big circles while the feet stay steady. I kind of think of like, you can take a stick and kind of bury it in the dirt, or a big, fence post, kind of like that, where you're like circling around, grounding your feet a little bit more, and then go the other direction. You feel really nice. Cool. Let's be standing steady in the left foot, and we'll bring the right knee up. Take the right knee up, hold on right below the knee, and roll your outer upper arms back and lift your heart. Crown of the head lengthening up toward the sky. Enjoy physical grounding here. Mentally focused, and connecting to your emotional self. Enjoy your breath. Just all these methods of finding yourself and setting up your week through this practice this Monday. Holding onto your knee with your left hand, with your right hand, you're going to twist and reach back toward the right fingers. And from the hips, lengthening up through the head, reaching back. And each breath, just going a little deeper. Kind of like this feeling like an auger, like you're spinning yourself deeper, steadier into the floor. And then come back and lower your leg down. Other leg. So raise the left knee up, standing steady in the right. Spread your toes, lift your heart. Standing steady in the standing leg. So from the hips down, like really solid. Nice focus, everyone. Hold on to your left knee with your right hand. With your left hand, we'll twist. And like twisting yourself deeper into the standing leg as you lift up more through the head as well. Oh, yeah. Enjoy your breath, spread your toes. Good focus, everyone. Thanks for being here today. Yeah, that feels good, huh? So steady on both feet. Inhale, raise your hands high, back to front of the mat. Hold forward. Move yourself back to a downward dog. So grounded hands, grounded feet. And then to really focus on this grounding, bring your right hand to your right hip. Let's see if you can feel the same sense of, yeah, I'm here. Steady.
Nice and strong in the down hand. Breathe. And let's switch. So right hand down, left hand. Stay grounded in the mind. Feel yourself be here today. Okay, so come back, regular downward dog, and then raise your right leg up. So now we're going to do the legs. Still feel grounded. The right leg lifted. Level hips, level shoulders. Spread your toes. And then the other leg. So left leg up. Reach back. Level shoulders, level hips. Steady grounding. Okay, lower that leg. Great. Come forward to plank. And all the way down. Okay. Straighten the legs. And then take your left forearm parallel to the front of the mat. And with your right hand, reach back for your right ankle. So you're going to reach back to the ankle and pull the heel in and lift your heart forward. So heel pulling in, heart forward, long through the neck. Feel grounded in the legs, open in the right leg, long through the neck. And breathe into all that. So heel really pulling in toward the hip. And space through the neck. Okay, and then we got to do the other side. So right forearm parallel, reach back for the left foot, pull the left heel in, open through the front of the left leg. Heart reaching forward. And breathe into that left quad to the front of the left leg. Just finding the connection to that energy in your legs, thinking of the legs as part of the grounding, so you want to get into the legs, really feel the energy of the legs. Okay, so now let's do both for fun. So if you can reach back for both ankles, cool. If you can't, that's cool. So wherever you can get to, hold the toes down toward the floor either way. Push the feet back, lift your heart, lift your knees up a little bit, and breathe into all that. So breathe into the chest, space between the mat and your knees, long to your neck. Nice breath in and out of your nose. Couple more breaths. Okay, then let go of the arms and rest a cheek on the mat. And just relax everything. Feel very supported by the earth here. And then with the practice of mental grounding, I think that idea of a target, I just really like it. Like finding something, it's like, oh, this is my target for the week. Maybe it's finishing the book you wanted to read, or taking a walk every day, whatever. Whatever. It really doesn't matter what the target is. All right, so let's come back. We're just going to do that last posture once again, just to really get into the legs. So bend both knees, reach back to your ankles, curl the toes down, push your feet back, lift your heart. Try to get some space between the mat and your legs. and the mat in your chest. Delight in your breath. That idea of delighting in your breath. Okay, release everything down, and we get to do it on the other side. So rest your other cheek. Enjoy being supported and the comforting feeling of allowing yourself to let go. All right, so hands under the shoulders, and let's push ourselves up and back to table. And then extend your right leg out to the right, straight up to the side, and hands to your hips. And since we're focusing on this today, just have the hands on the hips and push down a little bit so you're like, yeah, I'm here, solid, okay? Then take your right hand down the right leg, left hand up, and arching over, looking up toward the ceiling and the sky, wherever you're at today. Feel a steadiness in connecting to your breath as well. The feeling of groundedness is definitely a feeling of like, I can be here. I can be in my mind, I can be in my heart. There's a feeling of belonging in it. We come up from that, and we gotta go to the other side. So left leg out, slide the left hand down, right hand up, and we'll arch over, open through the right side of the ribs. Brighten your eyes here. So the thumb is reaching up a bit, little finger down. Feel this rolling open of the upper arm. Neck's long. Nice space in the breath. Great. And then come back and just bring the right foot forward and come to standing. We'll move into warrior two. So right foot parallel to the back of the mat, left toes facing forward. Bend into your front knee so that the knee is more over the ankle, if it's headed in that direction. Then extend the arms up, look out over your left fingers. So this is a real posture where from the hips down to the feet, you can definitely feel like, oh yeah, all right, I'm here. So enjoy that feeling in the body, and then you can use the breath too, like feel, all right, there's my breath, okay, I'm grounded in my breath. Have this focus in the mind. And connecting to how you're feeling in your heart, like just be grounded in your emotional state today. Okay, so now the right hand, the back hand, reach it behind you, turn your left palm up, and arch back. And as you reach up, think about lunging deeper. So getting heavy in the left thigh as you reach up with the left hand. And turning your chest a little more toward the ceiling. Enjoy space on the left side of the ribs, space in the hips. Okay, so stay low in the hips. You come back up, so arms are extended. Now your front forearm comes to your thigh and right arm reaches forward. Turn your chest more toward the ceiling and open through your right elbow. Move your wrist and your fingers, space in your neck. So back foot is grounded, right foot is grounded, and right finger's reaching away. And breathe into all that space. That's great. All right, come up. And hands are on the hips. And bring the back foot forward. And then we get to switch sides. So now the right foot is forward. Left foot back. Lunge into the right knee. Extend your arms, look out over your right fingers. Arms are level. Space from your fingers to fingers, and really feel there's openness in the hips. Hopefully finding this energy of clarity, feeling of clarity, being really clear about where you are, where the mind is, where you are in your heart. Zeroing in on your experience here today. Okay, so backhand behind the back, turn the right palm up and arch back. Delighted in getting open to the right side of the ribs. Yay. Looking up toward the sky, heavy in your right thigh. Oh, yeah. Nice. Good space. Okay, then we're going to come back up. Now bring the front forearm to the thigh and the back hand reaches away. And in postures like this, you can always get kind of caught up in what's up, but keep returning to what's down. So from the hips down to the feet, it's like, all right, I'm trying to find my grounding. Then like anything, you can build a strong foundation. And then from that, you actually can get more space. But you want to stop with the grounding. Open, breathing, super awesome. And come up. So hands to the hips, turn your feet parallel to each other. Extend the arms out. And nice feeling of occupying your space, like this is my space. I was just thinking you could like do that around your house, like, hey, this is my space. So take up your space. At least you're allowed to have this much space. And really feel open through the chest, from the hips down to the feet, real steady, from the hips up, long neck. Being here, just enjoy being here. And we're gonna fold forward. And once the hands are on the ground, just walk the hands forward, forward. As far as feels like, you can get, but don't bring the hips with you. So the hips are staying over where the feet are. So hips are reaching back as the hands reach forward. Good space, everyone. Then go ahead and walk your hands over to the right and place your hands on your foot or inside your foot, outside your foot. Keep the left hip back. A little bend in the knees. And then come back. All the way to the other side. So now the right hip back. Over to the right side. Okay, come back, so arch back. Reach the hands forward, root down from the hips down to the feet, real steady.
And then walk your hands back under you. Heel toe your feet in. Hands to the hips. Bend the knees.
Come all the way up to standing. Awesome. Okay. And then let's sit down on the mat.
Yay.
And extend your legs out in front. So have the toes facing out toward the ceiling. Spread your toes and arms along the sides. And just really feel the hips being grounded and the heels being grounded. Then from there, lift up through the head, reaching up through the head. Raise your hands and lengthen out and fold both forward. So again, keep the focus on what's on the mat. So grounded in the legs, and then from that grounding, maybe you can get longer through the spine. Enjoy the breath. Great focus for grounding. You can think about your target. Whatever came to mind for you is probably a good option. Okay, sit back up. So hands by the hips, sit up. Hips grounded, heels grounded. Lengthen it up. Okay, and then you can bend your knees and lower yourself down. I like to hold on to my legs, whatever works for you. And from here, with both feet flat, keep the left foot flat and extend the right leg up and just interlace the fingers behind the right thigh. Push the thigh into the fingers and reach your foot more towards your head. Opening up around your knee. Broad through the chest. And as I said, grounding is connected to the leg. So really just getting open in the leg and the foot, of course. So move the foot in those circles. And then other way.
Well, I think
Yeah, and then right knee into the chest. Delightful. Now we get to do the other side. So left leg up and interlace your fingers. Push the thigh into the fingers and reach your foot more towards your head. And you can imagine like somebody sitting on the bottom of your foot and your legs really getting rooted down into the mat, like through the hip. Open through the knee, open through your ankle, spread your toes. Push the thigh away as you bring the foot more in, and then move your foot in circles. Feels nice. Move your foot in circles the other way. Okay, lower that leg down so both feet are flat. You just feel a little bit heavier in your legs, which can be nice. Okay, now both knees come into the chest and just a little hug. Don't have to try too hard, just the knees in, rock forward and back. I'm just sort of pushing the knees away and rocking over and pulling the knees in. And then you can go the other way. Now extend your legs out, palms up, a little bit of space between your feet, and allow yourself to settle into Shavasana. And always nice to have your favorite blanket nearby, something that makes you feel comfortable. So you can cover yourself if you'd like. And then just settle yourself in here. I'll pay attention to the time, so you don't have to worry about anything. Here for a few minutes. So you can slowly allow your breath to deepen and hopefully feeling a little bit more connected to your body, more grounded in your mind and your heart. More practice today. And from here, just bring some movement to your fingers and your toes, happy fingers and toes. Reach your arms up over your head, and we'll roll to the right. So use your right arm as a pillow. And from here, move yourself up to a seat with your legs crossed, or any comfortable seat, eyes closed, if that feels okay. Bring your palms together at your heart, lifting your heart towards your thumbs, nice and tall. And we'll share the sound of Om together one time. Full exhale, a deep, sweet inhale. 11 me bows to 11 you. Namaste. Nice, everybody. So glad you came today. Thanks for being here. There's more classes on the schedule. You can just look online. Hope to see you on Thursday or next Monday. So take care, everybody. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thanks,
Natalie. Bye,
John.
Martha. Bye,
Bye,
George.
everyone. See you next
Bye.
week.
Yeah.